where we rescue the first victim. So what they normally do, inside the kidnap, not see them within the Ikure local government.
On his part, the Commandant General of the Nigeria Peace Corps, Akinlabi Kolawole, shared his perspective on the matter.
Elders are much in kidnapping cases. Where I know, like this Elele last 2 years too, within Alu Aziz in the bush too, they are the one blocking. We the people residing in that region should help, because these persons, they just come out from the bush and do whatever they want to do to run away from it. The other thing is, we in the various regions, we should try and hold the security of our region very well. That is my own stake.
Now, the South Secretary of Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, Zubairu, denied claims that headsmen are involved in kidnapping. Let's take a listen.
They're not serious. It's not true. Because we, the cattle riders, we are not involved in that kidnapping activities. Headers, where they are residing with their family, with their wife, and children everywhere in different areas. Like now, you might arrest somebody. And later, too, you find that, yes, it's Fulani, but you don't have his family, you don't have his cow, you don't have anything there.
Okay, so you heard him. He said it could be Fulani, but does not mean the person is a Eda. But the River State Commissioner of Police, Olatunji Disu, did have a thing to say, and he said that there is an influx of kidnappers into the state. Let's take a listen to what he said.
We are beginning to see influx of Fulani kidnappers into this town as well. We did a little bit of survey moving around. We are beginning to see their settlements.
All right, so as you may know, last week some women blocked the Bielsa axis of the East-West Road in protest over alleged destruction of their crops and rape by suspected headers. Now, in the meantime, the Assistant Inspector General of Police, River State, Abutu Yaro, says the insecurity is due to professional criminals taking their acts to new levels. He spoke on Nigeria Info FM's Morning Crossfire. I think it was yesterday. But let's take a listen to what he said.
What we are experiencing is a byproduct of professional criminals taking their act of criminality to another level. And one of the trends we are talking about criminality, because worldwide there are some people who take criminality as a vocation, as a career, and therefore from time to time they invent new methodologies and deepen their acts. Which is not today's phenomenon, but because of our unusual sense of control of issues, which has been part of our system all this while, it has actually accelerated.
All right, so I'm going to invite on the show now Mr. Charles Inko-Tariah, who is a security expert, and together we'll be having a conversation on what the Commissioner of Police here in River State has said, which is there is an influx of kidnappers into River State. Just in case you did not hear, I'll play it again.
We are beginning to see influx of Fulani kidnappers into this town as well. We did a little bit of survey moving around. We are beginning to see their settlements.
All right, welcome on the show. Charles Inko-Tariah, it's good to have you.
Thank you very much.
All right then. So you listened to my introduction. The allegations that a particular tribe is responsible for insecurity. Before we even get into that, let's start with what the Commissioner of Police has stated. What do you make of that? He has given, he's the Commissioner of Police. He is in charge of the security architecture in River State, so to say. And he has now come out to say that there is an influx of kidnappers, he said, into River State. Should we be worried?
Yeah, it's a thing to be worried about, but however, for us, it's not new because it's been there for a very long time, people infiltrate into the area through different means, through the forest, some come with cargo trucks. You will see onion, and then underneath you will see human, and the rest in different way. And I remember some years back when about 2017, about 36 buses were intercepted by DSS somewhere in Enugu, all heading towards this direction and so on. And so for the past period, there have been a lot of infiltration and a lot of influx of criminals of different categories in and the environment. You know, it's a part of the fact that the security and the government are not fully in control of the security of the entire environment. There are a lot of ungoverned space, a lot of insecure space that criminals are capitalizing on, especially like at the forest and the rest. You know, the criminals coming like from all what they say the criminals come out from the forest or from the bush, carry out their action and escape through the bush again. You know, so these are activities that have been going on for a very long time. It is not new to us. It's unfortunate that the Commissioner of Police is just seeing it in recent time and so on, but it's been there for a very long time.
When you say
that is why we.
When you say it is not new, what exactly are you referring to? Is it the influx of the kidnappers, or the
the influx of kidnappers, the influx of criminals of different categories, and so on? It is not new. It's been there. They've been coming in their numbers and so on, and carry out a lot of activities. Some come to the city, town, carry out their economic activities. They sell one thing or the other, spare parts and condemned parts, and all sort of many jobs and so on to do their surveillance. And some come out genuinely and so on. But like I said, it is not new. It is unfortunate that it's gradually overwhelming the security architecture, where security operatives are beginning to come out to complain. Some are advising, in one of your news, one of the officers were even asking citizens, you know, to not to only call DPUs, but also confront criminals and so on, and so on. These are a helpless position, you know, that is being portrayed by
really,
security agents.
Now let's leave the riverine areas and let's focus on, you know, the forest, the bushes. Is it really that difficult to govern? Is it that really difficult to have security architecture set up in these forest and bushes, so to say? I'm asking.
No, it is not difficult. It is possible to get a proper security structure or upgrade the security structure in order to get a proper profiling. But I think it's had to be done by the citizens, you know, anchored and facilitated by the government. You know, to have a proper profiling of our environment, have security structure that will be able to have proper profiling and take absolute control of the activities within our forest. You know, activities within our forest with the use of technology. You know, it's possible to take firm control of our forest, know what is happening within our forest, who stays there, and what activities goes on there. You extremely get a proper profiling, get a real time.
So you're saying that
over the forest.
That is something to be done by the community, like the CDC,
no, it will be done by community, but facilitated by the state government. You know, state government security structure, because what is lacking in all these areas, this influx of armed men and criminals to our territories and so on, is not just in River State. You know, it's something that is, you know, going on across board. But why it is porous, or why it is that high, is because of the lack of control and grip. The gap between the people and the security structure is a panacea, the platform or the window that these criminals are capitalizing on. Because when you say influx, people see them. Yes, they can deceive security agencies even when they are coming. There are periods during the COVID-19 era and so on, where you see human beings inside a truck with cows. They carry cow, and then almost half of the truck is loaded with human beings, then cows on top, and so on. You will see in that same manner, arms can be deployed in that light also in different ways. But you see, the ability of the state structure to be able to check these excesses, it matters a lot, and that is what we lack. It is not about vigilante. You can see that the vigilante is also overwhelmed.
Okay.
They do the kidnap, they go for rescue, and to go for rescue is confrontation. And we're talking of the fighting criminality. It's analog. It's beginning to be obsolete all over the world. Preventing criminality is the right thing to do. And so we're believing that if government can be bold enough to put up their structure anchored on technology, to take proper survey of our environment and real-time activities, real-time intelligence, and that will be able to create proper security synergy between the people and the security agents to have real-time intelligence. And then also the follow-up government security response timing and response process to security incident that may be incidented on that technology-based platform that we are preaching about.
Okay.
But the one thing I want to let us know is that the criminals are not spirits; they are human like us.
All right.
When they stay around our environment, they relate with the people. They don't stay in the forest forever. They come out and buy some. They drink water. They buy food. They come out. They interface with the communities. They buy things. There is something. The community have the advantage. You understand in supporting the relevant security agencies to bring down this criminality around the environment. If the proper synergy is established. Because currently now, no community people will be confident to tell police any information. Giving information to police is analog, and is not obtainable. It makes the informant very vulnerable. Recently, we hear of people that were killed because they were giving police information.
All right.
But technology would have been able to bridge that relationship.
All right. Now,
technology would have been able to bridge that relationship.
Okay.
Where community can communicate effectively with the security agencies without their identity being known. Where people can upload the back end.
I'm going to focus with a commercial break coming up. After the commercial, we'll continue and talk some more to stay tuned.
You are tuned in to
Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
Hard Facts on 92.3 Nigeria Info. I am Kala Dakorubat, but we're looking at the security architecture in Rivers State. The Commissioner of Police did say that there is an influx of criminal elements, kidnappers, he precisely said, into state Rivers State. And I'm having a conversation with Charles Inko-Tariah, who is a security expert on this one. Welcome back, Charles. It's good to have you on the show.
Thank you very much.
All right. So, so part of that conversation is that a particular tribe is responsible for the, kidnapping and the criminal activities, or majority of it happening in Rivers State. Just in case you've forgotten, let's take a listen yet again to the Commissioner of Police.
We are beginning to see influx of Fulani kidnappers into this town as well. We did a little bit of survey moving around. We are beginning to see their settlements.
All right. So, what do you make of that?
Well, I cannot say. I don't know much about the tribe, but I know the criminal activities cut across tribe.
Okay.
And yes, there is influx of criminals into the area because of a porous border and several means of getting into the state. But like I said earlier, I don't subscribe to a tribal sentiment in it. I would say that, it's obvious that the forest within the axis that were mentioned, it's possible that these elders are more of the people that make use of those forests because of their activities and so on. But you see, kidnappers being across board. Even the police are kidnapping in River State, in Port Harcourt. You know the same kidnap that was carried out by police officers, 4 police officers kidnapped a young man that was just closed from hotel work, and they requested for ransom. The hotel management report to the DPO, and they pretended as the victims' relatives to deliver the money and arrested those police officers. Illegal roadblocks by police officers from other state police command infiltrating into the system. So it is not about tribe. It's about criminals coming into River State and criminals that are also in River State. There are resident criminals, indigenous criminals that are also carrying out these actions. And these people, in some cases, collaborate with them and so on. Yes, there are a lot of strange elements that have infiltrated into the state, taking over positions and deploying a lot of arms and ammunition within the territory and so on, which the state need to sit up immediately and take advantage of the fact that indigenous advantage and other relevant advantages they have within the environment to quickly fast-track this infiltration and the SFPs that is within our territory. But I will not subscribe to the fact that these are Fulani elders. It is another here and there, on that grounds. So I am not in that listen, but there are several influx of criminal elements within the country state, and so much deployment of arms, so much proliferation of arms and deployment of arms within the territory. In fact, River State is one of the biggest arms markets in the country as we speak. So there are a lot of harms because of the porous border, because of the waterways, because of the several means. There have been a lot of deployment of arms within the area through these same means and this influx of people and so on. So if the government the government actually need to sit up, and take a proper profile and don't allow the security just in the hands of police alone. That's the most dangerous thing that is happening to the country. When you allow security just to be in the hands of the entire police officers, are 375,000 police officers thereabout. So 375,000 against 230 million Nigerians. And then nearly 60% of the police personnel are doing VIP security, protecting politicians and IOCs and other captains of industry and individuals. You understand? So we have lesser security officers to attend to the needs of the people. The people, the citizens, the government of different cadre need to stand up, put up structure, get a more holistic structure and platform that can accommodate the 230 million Nigerians into the security architecture. It's every person's responsibility, it's an obligation to take care and protect yourself. Nobody asks you or nobody will remind you to lock your doors before you sleep at night.
Right.
That means it's your role, it's your responsibility. Hence, the need for us to participate effectively cannot be emphasized. But the modules of operations or participation will be designed, facilitated, and anchored by the government.
All right.
Anchored by the government, relating around technology, because technology is taking over everything.
So now let's streamline this. Now let's let's limit the scope to Rivers State, because you said the government should be involved, and the government cannot just relegate it to the hands or the table of the Commissioner of Police alone, or the police in general. What can the administration of Governor Fubara do in terms of, one, we've talked about how porous the borders are and how these people go into the forest, come from the forest, go back in, and nobody's able to trace them, nobody's able to police them. We've talked about the use of technology, but really, what can Governor Fubara do, given that there is now the security report of an influx of criminal elements into River State?
It still boils down to stakeholder integration. Already, the River State government already have an existing security law, number 8 of 2018. The government the government of Governor Singh Fubara is expected to review that law, engage experts to make presentations that will be able to facilitate security through the use of technology revolving around that law of the state government. Now, we sometimes make a proposal on VIS, Volunteer Information System. It's a platform, a security technology platform that will be able to train Rivers youths from the feasibility studies, the first line of people that will be recruited, almost 10,000 personnel across the local governments who are residents in their various areas, will be recruited and trained on how to integrate the people within their environment onto a true technology participation. Now, when you do that, you involve every Tom, Dick, and Harry, every resident of a street. If you say number 40, you say, let's say, Forces Avenue, you'll see that every resident in Forces Avenue or Forces Avenue have this app and operate with it. There will be proper profiling. They will deploy drones. They will deploy CCTV. The state government have CCTV law for public places, hotels, and so on. Enforce that law immediately. Look at every security laws that aid security. Get a security structure that will enforce that law and implement the law. Identify the environment. The entire River State is in just 11,500 square kilometers. And statistics says what we are using as land, both the forest and everything, is 45% of 11,500 square kilometers. So we need to now profile the entire land mass and then the land area, profile the forest, what is happening in the forest. This can be done through the use of patrol drones with GPS. So all those forests along the airport area, the Boiche and the rest and so on can be scanned in few minutes. In less than a day, you get every details of what is happening there. And get patrol. You do technology, more of technology patrol within that area. Night, midnight, and so there are 9 drones with 9 infrared that will be able to scan what is happening there at night. They will know which camps exist there, so that the police will have adequate information, proper information and real-time information.
Okay.
Nigerian police are well-trained.
Yeah.
Nigerian security are very good, but what they lack is real-time information. And so government coming at this point now to bridge the relationship between the police and the citizens to facilitate prompt response and preventive security structures.
Okay, I was going to ask, profiling, does it include possibly what Lagos State tried to do or is trying to do? I don't know if they've done it, where people living can or should have some identification cards. People living in River State should have some identification cards. So if you're living in the Inko-Tariah local government area, for instance, you have some identification card to that effect. And so people can identify you and people can know who has come in and who has left. Is that what you're trying to say?
No. That's not bad, but it's not. It will create a lot of setbacks in getting that right within the area and so on. Profiling may not be. The profiling will be, like I said, first there will be a recruitment of about 10,000 youths or personnel that will be trained on the use of AI and ICT facilities. Now, the people, the structure, the personnel will also be used to regulate the activities of vigilantes within the communities and so on. ID card we intend giving out for vigilantes. They call electronic ID card. When you say profiling, drone can profile the environment. You know, if we say the state landmass is 11,500 square kilometers, we should be able to know the territories. We should be able to know where these landmass cover. And a domestic surveillance drone can be able to tell you exactly where it is, what is the exit, what's happening there, and so on. The forest can be profiled in the sense that it will scan through the forest. You know, you see through motion drones that will be able to scan the forest, know the people there, see the people who are there. You stay in your office and you are seeing these people. You count the number of people. You know what their structures there are like, what they do, and so on. And if they need to smoke them out, they smoke them out, and the police will see them, catch them, and apprehend them. If it is people, you find out that they are not doing any harmful practice within the area and so on, you will keep watching them. You know, we'll keep watching them. So you will need to know what is happening in our environment. At night, when people sleep, you should know what is happening in the environment, in the streets, uncompleted houses, buildings, and so on. Streets can be networked. If every person is programmed into the security structure, it will be very easy. If you call any street, the structure should be able to tell you, the state structure should be able to tell you who are the security guards on that street. How many houses have security guards? Who stays here? They know the landlords and tenants. These people, criminals, stay in people's houses, for goodness sake.
Okay.
Citizens see them. They buy things and so on. The activities, there are a lot of openings that would have been able to meet, you know, early warning signs and signals if there is proper synergy and real-time intelligence, you know, in security. We would have been able to preempt most of these things and reduce the rate of casualties and victims to these violent attacks and kidnaps within the area by preventing it and reducing the chances and opportunity for these criminal actions within the area. It takes the state government to do that, not police.
All right.
Police cannot do that.
Okay.
I'm telling you till tomorrow, look at since September 8th last year to date, they have been looking for criminals to Babada and the team that killed the police officer. To date, they have not been able to find them. People like that and so on. And they still operate within the community and still terrorize the communities within the area and so on. It shows how weak our intelligence system are. Our intelligence system is analog. And so the government needs to come in with these improved security, surveillance, intelligence, and information sharing platforms that will be anchored by citizens and the stakeholders. You know, that will also relate with the police effectively, relate with the army, the navy. We all have real-time information and be on the same page in monitoring criminality within our environment. Because with that, now it's easy to check excesses of any particular interest group, you know, in this platform.
All right.
So that's the area we're looking at, you know.
Okay. I would like to open the phone lines. I've listened to you, and I think my listeners have also listened to you. And we've talked extensively, I want to believe, and I understand profiling now. Government would have to employ technology and ensure that there's a structure where the people living on the street or the security apparatus on the street. Every street, as a matter of fact, in River State can be identified, and so that way we can easily track the criminal element. But to you listening right now, the question is, what do you make of the revelation that we had today from the Commissioner of Police concerning the security situation in Okay, yeah. So what do you make of the security situation in River State, where we're now being told that criminal elements are coming in their numbers in droves into River State? What's your take on that? What's your take on basically what we've been talking about? I'd like to hear from you. And how do you think the River State government, or basically the government, can handle these issues of security in River State? 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. Also 0817-923-0007. There's the WhatsApp number for WhatsApp messages. You can send it to 0809-030-6416. We're live on Facebook. I know the network has been terrible, but yeah, we're live at Nigeria Info PH. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info PH, and we are active and interactive on X, Nigeria Info PH. This one says, good evening, Kalada, and to your guest. Your guest has confirmed that the statement of the CP, or he has confirmed the statement of CP, and also said that it is not new, which means he knows about the influx of these criminals into the state before now. As a security expert, how has he been able to work with the state government to bring in his knowledge to bear on this subject matter? We hear him almost every week, dishing out his wealth of security knowledge. Will it end only on radio discussion? We are tired of hearing fantastic ideas on radio without seeing it on ground, Lady V. So they're calling you out, Mr. Charles. Mr. Inko-Tariah, they're saying your knowledge, have you been able to share with the government, with the police, in terms of you saying it's not new, the influx of criminals into the states?
You know, we are in a political environment,
okay,
where before now, most of the activities have been political, influenced with political sentiments, where information means nothing, and patronage is what is the order of the day.
Okay.
But when you say reaching out to government through ratings, like the past government wanted to put up the structure, we push, and they wanted to put up the structure, set the formation, neighborhood watch formation. I was part of the top management team that was even arrested at NOAA when we recruited 3,000 people for recruitment, and the army truncated the plan because of maybe perceived or breakdown in communication, and we were detained. And 2 days later, after giving them the details on the workings and the legality of it, and we were sent to state CID and spent another 2 nights there, after which we were released. But what I'm trying to let you understand is, the government, we don't have assets. I'm not a politician. What we're doing now is what we need to do to educate the public and let the government know we believe that they are listening also, and their supporters or their aides and so on are listening. This is the only way out. There is security, non-state actors in the security are so bold now because they are more equipped. There is more arms in proliferation than the ones in the hands of the security agents. That's the secret you should know.
Okay.
In April 2021,
let's pause. There are calls. There are callers waiting. So let's take our calls. Then we'll come back to you because they have been on standby for so long. I get back to you, please. I've got Braid from Transamadi. Braid, quickly, what's on your mind? I'd like to hear.
Greetings to the security chief, Inko-Tariah. I want to look at this issue as a national concern. But does it mean that the Commissioner of Police has lost grip in the security architecture of the state? And also, if you cast your mind back, even in your news, sometime Asari Dokbo, Mujahid Asari Dokbo Diabali, also said that the Fulanis and other kidnappers are infiltrating the Niger Delta area. Does it mean that the security agencies are less concerned when such a matter has been blown in the state?
All
and
right.
also, as a security expert, there are also other security experts. What does it take the state security council to quickly invite these people and have a synergy with them? And right now, as I speak, the IG is transferring people from the southern area to northern area. I believe that is not a good strategy, security strategy.
All right, thank you very much, Braid.
Able to redeploy those people back to their local government area.
Okay.
They knew the looks and cleaning, whereby the security can be enhanced. Let me leave the space for other people to speak.
Thank you very much, there. John from Ada George, sorry for keeping you that long. Welcome on the show.
Thank you, Kalada. Good evening.
Greetings.
My own is just talking about security issue now. My experience is what I just want to pass to that so people will know what is happening right now in Ada George area.
Okay.
Just about 2 weeks ago, my own son was nearly kidnapped.
Your son?
My son.
Okay.
And according to the eyewitness, where it's really where the thing happened. They said what those people are using is what they called do as I said. They called the young man, a boy of 16 years,
okay,
and asked him a place, whether St. Michael's Catholic Church, which does not exist around this place, I don't know where it is. And the boy quickly accepted that he knows where the people is. The only luck I have was that those people are not in the car. It would have been a different story. And this guy now followed them up. There were 2 men. So immediately we got the information. Me, my wife, and the siblings, we are going out of the gate. And you can see the people noticed what was happening. We are coming. So they left him and crossed us and quickly entered a bus. And this guy doesn't even know where he was going. You are the one going to show somebody.
All right.
And you were behind. They were one. Well, as they throw their leg, you move ahead, you move with them. So when we called the guy said he doesn't even know what was happening. Immediately he opens his mouth, he forgot himself.
Okay.
So it's a reality.
All right.
The city is in danger. Please, the Commissioner of Police, especially this George area, one chance, all of this.
All right, John, thank you very much. One chance, Ada George, you say, but let's listen to Lugaman from Iche. Lugaman, welcome quickly, please. We're trying to make...
Canada.
Yeah?
I'm from Iche.
Yeah.
Yeah, I must be frank. I am ashamed of the police commissioner in Rivers State.
Why are you ashamed of him?
How can a police commissioner tell us this morning that he had
Okay, I guess we lost that connection there. This one says the police and other conventional security operatives should employ and support the setting up of local security outfits in the various communities for there to be total reduction of crimes in our state. All right, back to you, Mr. Inko-Tariah. We are approaching the end of the conversation. So you were saying before now, you were saying you're not a politician and so you do not have access to the government. But then again, how can we ensure that what we talk about and all of the knowledge that you have is not just used on radio like Lady V was asking at some point, and that the government can use it?
That is something we don't have control over. Okay. Anyway, we, like my team, we putting up proposal to send again the governor. We have been doing that to other successive governments. And we will put it forward because we know, and I know, I'm telling you that this citizen participation is the only way out. There's no amount of military option or deployment that can solve this criminality or bring peace within the area. No amount of military deployment. In fact, the entire country is over-militarized. We have 36 states, and 32 states is under military operations. And then now, beyond the military operations, communities are heavily recruiting the citizens for vigilante and harming them again. These are continual harm proliferation within the area. So the citizens are resorting to self-help. IOCs are engaging criminal groups and called gangs to protect their facilities and installations, all as a result of helplessness on the part of the state security or the national security in protecting life and property within the area. But I tell you, the only solution that is holistic and that will demilitarize our environment is to integrate the entire citizens into the security structure by the use of technology. With that platform, you will easily, it will just look like dropping a coin in a white glass cup. You will see where the coin settles. That is how a criminal that enters into any particular community with activities, it can be fished out if the citizens are all integrated into the security platform. It is not about recruiting informants or recruiting vigilantes. It cannot solve it. You will see, you are also hearing communities where vigilante operations have become counterproductive to the environment or to the people. So vigilante is not the way out. They must integrate the entire city in its own case. If River State government do that, the platform will be so buoyant. They have other economic activities that will be so buoyant that they can run. The platform can run itself, can pay their staff, can pay everything after 1 year of handholding by the government, because they will go into other security ventures like NNPC and the rest. Give contract to the private individuals, cause groups and different groups to run their pipeline surveillance and safety. These are platforms that government security can come in and still recruit the citizens within the catchment areas to do the same job by regulating it and getting it right, and still generating revenue for the state government and as well as sustaining the structure. There are other multinational corporate securities and so on. The state structure can also perform. So it is not just a waste. It is not just a liability for the state government, but it is a structure and a venture that will be able to generate revenue to the state government as well as sustain and maintain peace. We need to have a security dike in the state that is beyond provocation, that is beyond political conflict, that is beyond nobody can take monopoly of the environment because of what you think you are, or who you think you are. Maybe you are a gunman, a gun runner that can wake up at midnight, come to an environment, operate within the area with impunity and live and kill people at will. That should stop. It's an insult to the people. If we really maximize the strength of the people into the security architecture.
I've got to go now, but thank you very much for your time, Charles Inko-Tariah, security expert here in River State.
You're welcome.
All right, then. Do have yourself a fantastic evening.
Thank you.
All right, then. Okay, we'll continue with this conversation the 6 o'clock hour when it will be time for open season. We'll continue, and I would really love to hear from you. But for now, we would have to step on the break and go for the news at 6, the major news at 6, so do stay tuned.